YouTube, what's going on? It's Matty B, and we are back with another installment of how to qualify for the National on a YZ250 two-stroke, this time at Redbud. We had to take a couple of rounds off from these kind of videos. Unfortunately, I lost my Insta360 camera during a crazy qualifying session at Thunder Valley, so that was definitely an unfortunate loss and a hit to the program, but we regrouped, we switched it up and got the GoPro Hero 11, and I'm really stoked with how it turned out. I've been trying to figure this thing out and trying to get my view dialed in and all that, and I'm pretty stoked on where we're started out at. I had a few times where the camera kind of adjusted because I didn't quite have it tight enough, but now we know what to do for the future, so I think we should have some pretty sick videos in the coming rounds. I'm really excited about it, and yeah, I feel like this one's pretty cool as well. I got to give a shout out to my guy Chris Maynard. Thank you to him for coming out and helping me mechanic for the day. He was a huge help and kept the bike washed, just basically took care of everything for me, and he was helping me in the mechanics area and doing the pit board and all that. That's him off to the left right now. But yeah, we'll start out with practice 1 here in the morning, and then we got some practice 2 footage as well. It was a topsy-turvy morning for me, and bring you guys along for the ride. Thanks for watching, and yeah, strap in and get ready for the National. So if you guys remember from previous videos, or if any of y'all are familiar with the qualifying process, first lap is wheels on the ground, caution. You're not allowed to jump anything, and a lot of the top guys, and even some of the top guys, they like to get out there and try to get out front. I myself am not really into that. I can't really look at the track and the lines while I'm grouped up with a bunch of people that are kind of trying to race with wheels on the ground, so I kind of hold back a little bit and take my time and really survey the track as good as I can so I can really drop the hammer when the green flag comes out. Kind of funny looking back on it now. I was tripping all morning big time about having to hit the leap, and then literally first lap I come through here, I realized that it wasn't going to happen and that I was freaking out for absolutely nothing. The jump was gnarly and the run-up was totally destroyed. The corner was jacked up and deep, and yeah, the YZ250 had no business giving it a try. Y'all know the drill, or maybe you don't, I don't know, but 1 lap to look at the track and then go as fast as you possibly can, no choice. have it, that is fast lap number 1 at Red Bud. If you close your eyes and just listen, it probably sounds like I would be like top 20 or so, but that lap, as far as my lap time was concerned, was not very good. I didn't realize it at the time, but last week I took my bike to get a chain put on it, and I brought them an O-ring chain and didn't realize it. So the O-ring chain's a lot heavier, weighs the bike down, and robs horsepower. So I personally am shot. I just thought the track was deep, but in reality I was shooting myself in the foot big time just by running the wrong chain. So that wasn't helping us out, but I didn't know it at the time, so I was only concerned about just trying to go faster. Attempt number 2 was a little bit better than the first one. I think my lap time was about a second better than that first lap, but still was definitely not where it needed to be. I was actually behind my boy Gunnar Groves, and he even pulled away from me a little bit, so I didn't quite have the pace in the morning. And on top of that, about a quarter of the way through the lap, my chest protector had somehow become unbuckled. That must be on me. I must have not buckled it all the way or something, but yeah, chest protector came unbuckled and it was flapping in the wind big time behind me, so that was a little bit of a distraction as well. But that was actually the best lap of the session. I was still struggling a little bit with arm pump too at Red Bud, just with the track being a little softer and the bike being a lot more reactive. I think I was maybe just riding more tense and was really struggling with the arm pump, especially in practice. So it was a little bummed to kind of revert on that, because I thought we had gotten past that a little bit, or at least improved. But every day can't be your best day, and we're going to keep on trucking. Also, I'm sure you guys could tell I was really struggling with the sand rollers. I'm obviously down on power, but that wasn't even the problem. I was just hitting them like a sea rider, so hopefully I can get that figured out before Millville, or I'm sure to have a long day there. another not so great attempt at a lap there at the Redbud course. The lap started out decent, but about a third of the way through, going down the hill, Master Pool blew by me and then roosted the absolute crap out of me, and that kind of made me lose my flow, made me lose my vision as well, and then made a few more mistakes throughout the rest of the lap. And even at the end of the lap, I got passed by a guy that I usually qualify ahead of, so I knew that wasn't a good sign. I was really bummed on my lack of execution in that practice, and typically at Redbud, the first practice is the fast one, so I really had a feeling I had screwed myself for the day, and I was really bumming on it. As you guys will hear, I'll leave my reaction after the practice in here for you guys. I was not stoked, and we had some work to do. Yeah, bad. Where'd I end up?
It was like 35th last time I looked.
Dude. All right, that was a perfect example of how not to do the first practice. Now we're on the gate for the second practice. It starts out with some start practice, which I usually do not participate in due to being on half the CCs anyway. So I've always had my work cut out for me on the starts regardless of what I do. So I try to save the clutch plate and the tires, no choice. But yeah, as you guys heard, the emotions from the first practice were not good. I was just very disappointed in myself and how I rode. Felt like I wasn't really using my head out there. And after the first practice, A and B group, I think I was sitting in the 40s, so I was not looking good. And went and checked out the mechanics area for the 250A group right before mine. I saw that some people were going faster at least, so I knew it was possible, and I just had to put my head down and do the damn thing. It was going to be tough, though, because on top of the track being rougher, right about when our practice started, it started to rain as well. So luckily it wasn't anything too bad to really affect the track, but there were some factors that were trying to be against us, but we weren't going to let it mess with us. First lap in the second practice, it's not wheels on the ground or anything, because obviously we all know the track from the first practice, but it's not timed because we're not going from the finish line. So first lap, I'm kind of just taking my time, really looking at lines, trying to make a little bit of a mental game plan for the lap and trying to get some clear track as well. So just kind of taking our time and winding up for one hell of a lap because the pressure was on and we had no choice but to send it. Also, on a minor bummer on this next lap, the GoPro, I guess, wasn't quite tight enough, and the view got totally messed up on me pretty early into the lap, so you guys can still definitely hear the audio and see a little bit, especially when I'm sitting down, but be forewarned, the view of this next lap isn't that great, but we'll have it dialed in for future use. There you have it, folks. That ended up being my best lap out of both sessions. Ended up dropping my time 3 seconds from first practice to second practice on a rougher track. So was stoked that I was able to kind of pull my head out of my butt and get a good lap in. I feel like I made up a lot of the time, mainly just in the sand rollers. I actually hit them like close to a professional, at least on like the first few practices, and then I didn't really make any other mistakes either. I feel like I put a pretty solid lap together, so I am bummed that the camera view decided to completely take a crap on us on my best lap of the day, but like I said, it won't happen again, and the audio was pretty cool, at least I think. Total failure attempt. I started out a little bit sloppy, but decent speed. And then, like I said about the first practice, my arms were really pumped. I was just riding really tight. And to be honest with you guys, was pretty stressed about making the show. So was just holding on really tight and riding tense. But made a little bit of mistake and my arms were about locked up. So decided to kind of roll the rest of the lap and try to just get my breath together and get the arms a little bit loosened up for one more try. We started out that lap with a major full send and then made a pretty big mistake and had to abort immediately. I was trying to stay out of everybody's way and be respectful whenever I'm not on my fast laps like I usually do, but I was on the far side of the track. I thought El Hombre Team Fried was going around the outside of me, and then watching it back, it makes me look like an even bigger idiot because I kind of got on the gas right before he got to me, but I was kind of tucking the front end a little bit in the sand and was almost going down and ended up kind of running into Anderson a little bit and knocked him offline, and kind of thought he was pissed, and for good reason, because, I'm just, the local two-smoke guy getting in a factory rider's way, but before the first moto, he saw me and came and patted me on the back and said, "Hey, dude, I wasn't mad at you. It's all good." So, Team Fried, I appreciate you, brother. I know it's intense in the morning, but we're just out here trying to put the YZ on the gate. No choice. One more failed attempt in the books, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it to you guys. My arms were straight up 2x4s at this point. Really didn't have a whole lot of business even still going for fast laps, but I had no idea where my lap had put me at the time, so I was still having to go for it. Definitely a no-choice situation, but luckily I executed that first lap pretty good. After this practice, I was sitting 33rd overall, which I was pretty thrilled with because that was inside the top 36, and I had managed to drop my time on a rougher track, so I was stoked to be able to pull that off, but it wasn't over yet. We still had a B practice to go after us, and whenever you're on that bubble like that, it's stressful trying to figure out if you're in or not, as you'll see from a little bit of this audio. Where are we at?
Look at P27, homie.
What?
P27.
Overall?
Yeah.
On the TV it says?
It's right there, baby.
I want to make sure it's the right thing. Yeah, see, that's not overall.
Yeah, but that, I mean, that should be pretty decent, right?
I hope so. That should be close. 215? Yeah, we're going to be close.
We'll be hill up there.
We'll be close. They have it on TV.
All right.
It's all good. Shoo! Please God, let me be in. I don't know yet. I'm on the bubble. I'm right on the edge of making it, so I don't know. I hope I'm good, but... Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate it. No, 100%. Let me just get this chest protector off real quick. Hopefully that puts us in. My first practice was not very good. Yeah. And that's a wrap on how to barely qualify for the Red Bud National on a YZ250 two-stroke. Like you guys heard, I was 33rd after my practice, but there was another B group to go, and considering the track was rougher, I didn't really think any of those guys would go faster, but two of them that were right ahead of me in the overall both barely beat my time about halfway through the B practice, so I was standing in the mechanics area kind of stressing, trying to make sure that nobody else passed me, but luckily we ended up holding tough for P35. If I would have been 1/10 slower, I wouldn't have been in the show, so that just goes to show you how tight everybody is at this level. It's pretty insane, but all in all, happy to get it on the gate and happy to really improve from first practice to second practice. It's been a little bit tough, had some mental struggles this week, but was happy to get through it and happy to put the YZ on the gate, and the motos were another story, but that's for another time. Stay tuned for the rest of the week. We got a lot more Red Bud content coming. Hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you for watching.